What's going on, you all? I'm Kevin Sims, and we're back for another equipment, some gear review, open box review, because it's 2019, and I am so excited that I bought some new equipment, especially these lights, because I was in badly need of lights. The Aputure C120-D. Look like it comes with its own bag, which I didn't even really expect that, but that's a bonus here. And we'll get some top view shots in a little bit, but I'm just going to go ahead and pull this big guy here out of the box. Okay. And yeah, it comes with its own carrying case. So that's a big bonus. And of course, I love buying products that, you know, take their name branding very seriously. You have Aputure all on this box here. You should always have a knife nearby, even if the box is already open, because if you buy professional products, there'll be some more tape somewhere. This is like next quality. As you know, this light here is not cheap. This is the Aputure C120-D, and this is the first one, Mark 1. This is not Mark 2. And I'll explain why I got the Mark 1 in a little bit, but the Mark 1 still goes for $645. I was able to get this on B&H Photo Video on sale right currently for $100 off as of the making of this video. So this is it right here. And even though it's much bigger than my LS Mini 20, it still is in length, almost the same length, but it's just much beefier. And there's a reason behind that. This packs a much bigger punch. Take this guy here, bring this this swing arm mount right here. So this gives it full tilt adjustability up and down, which is great. You have the ventilation at the top, the side, and the bottom as well, because you're putting out a lot more light output and power, so it needs to be able to stay cool. And that's one of the features that you get with Aputure and these higher end chip on board style LEDs, because the body is bigger and it allows more breathing. You have a nice little grip right here, handle in the back, and then on the front here is where all the magic happens. They have this protective mount on here. You could just take it off and put it back on there whenever you're done, just to protect the light fixture itself. And you will see the front right here. This is the COB chip on board LED light, compared to your LED panel lights, which have multiple LEDs and might create multiple shadows, whereas this is a single chip on board, and it's going to give you more realistic shadows because it's only one LED. What else you get? You get the light fixture, then of course you're going to get your power cables, hard beauty dish. This is the covering, but this is going to be a hard beauty dish just to get you started with some kind of light spill protection until you buy some other adapters or soft boxes. Okay, here's the power brick, which another cable is going to plug into here and then into the wall. And of course, this is the other end, which is the also a XLR connector, which is going to plug into the light. Here's another set of cables. This is actually going to be the AC power cable right here. Just going to plug into the brick, which I just displayed, and this goes into the wall. And here it is right here. This is going to be the control. I don't know the professional term. I'm just going to say the control panel, which on here you have a knob to control your brightness. It does have 3 buttons on here to change the channel, the group, and you can also control your fan setting with a button right here as well. Here's the power on button. It has a antenna right on top of here, and it has a Wi-Fi display on the top of it. And on the back, you have the most professional power solution, which is the V-mount back plate. And if you're going to need a V-mount battery to power this and to power this type of light. I almost forgot. At the bottom of here is the XLR connector at the bottom of this control panel, so you can attach that to this to power from the wall, AC power, if you are not going to use your V-mount battery power on this. So this is pretty much a two-way power solution. Because it's your control panel, this will always be connected to your light. And then you also get a remote here that will control, and that's what the antenna is on there for. You'll be able to control through radio frequency of 2.4 gigahertz, and you'll be able to control the light output of this light feature, which is a very professional feature. And then last but not least, of course, you have your warranty cards, you have your manuals. So I have my tripod of choice, which is my brand new C-stand here. And I have the Aputure 120-D. I'm gonna go ahead and set it up. Maybe a time lapse, but I mean, it's pretty much straightforward. So I'm just gonna go ahead and mount this on top. And see what happens. There it is. And it turns on right away too. So I can't see, but you should, yep. You can see the LED lights come on, and it's also a digital reader as well. So you have, it says 10%. So this is gonna be the readout of the percentage of brightness. And like I said, here is the brightness well right here. And then you can also turn your fan on or put on auto from this button right there. All right, so let's do somewhat slight comprehensive lighting test. So right now I just have the camera set to of course shutter speed 1/50th of a second. The ISO is at 200 and the aperture is at f4. And right now I have the light, the C120-D, at its minimum setting, which is 10%. It does not go less than 10%. And right now I believe the highlights, I'm not blowing out. The shadows might be just at the threshold you would want it at. You probably would give a little bit extra brightness or go up the next ISO, but let's just turn up the brightness on the light instead and see how bright this light gets. So I'm right now turning up to, this is 25% right here. This is 50%, and right just at 50%, this light is 80% right here, and I know this is all gone. It's getting hot in here. This is 100%. So that is a quick open box and review with a little bit of testing with the brand new, well, not brand new, but for me it's brand new, Aputure 120-D, D as in daylight version. Some of the highlights and specs for this light again is this is 6,000 Kelvin fixed. It's not bicolor. It's daylight only, and I went with the daylight instead of the bicolor so I can have the most power output. This one also has a CRI of 96, which is good, and it has a Bowens mount on here, which you can take the fixture off and you can mount a softbox. You can mount a Fresnel option on here to further give you spot. It also has an umbrella mounting hole in here, so you can mount an umbrella. It's rated at 18 decibels with the fan, so that's very quiet. If you want your light to be this close and the fan is running, it will probably be very quiet and not pick up on your lavalier or on your subject. It uses V-mount batteries, which I bought 2 batteries already, so I'm good to go. I bought this light also because of the radio frequency that you can communicate with it with the remote. You don't have to run back and forth to the light just to change the power output. You could use the remote functionality as well. And then on my left is my other Aputure light, and this much smaller guy here, which is the LS Mini 20D. This has that flexibility built into the light itself, which is already a Fresnel light, and on top of that, it already comes with built-in barn doors, so you can further control and shape the light should you choose so. It also has a mount up here for any gels, and this one right here is 7,500 Kelvin versus this one 6,000 Kelvin. Also, this one here has a CRI rating of 97. This one is 96. This one's more power output. This one's more flexibility, controlling spot to flood from 20 degrees to 80 degrees. So both of them serve their own purpose. This one is, you're going to use more of a key light, and this one could be more of a feel and creative style. So that's all I have in this review. So subscribe, hit the like button. As I said, I'm gonna try to do better with my reviews. Leave me some feedback, maybe some parts I missed, and moving forward I'll try to be a little bit more specific in those areas in more of my reviews. But that's about it. Thanks for tuning into my channel, all things cinema, and hope to see you in the next review or some of my BTS and some of the filmmaking coming up.